We are muddling through with everything. It's just been crazy as all get out. We've got a big lineup ahead of us. We've got a whole lot of shows coming. So y'all bear with us, and hopefully you can meet these artists. You can support them and buy some merch from them. All these artists have a merch tab. Go up there and buy some merch, man. Follow them, subscribe to them. You don't understand how much it does help them out. So anyway, we're going to kick back because Mr. Chase Collins has a new song that just come out, and it's kicking a lot of butt on the old streaming path there. So we're going to talk to him and see what's up with all of that. What's going on, Chase?
What's up, bud? Well, I had to correct you on that. It's Chaz.
Well, see, I started to ask you that a while ago. I thought it was Chaz or Chase, because so many people pronounce differently, you know?
Well, you got an E on it would be Chase, like Chase Rice. But then I've heard Chuck, Chris, Chad. I just want to hear a Ch. I go, what? What you got to do,
And the bad part about it is, have you done an interview yet where you didn't have to tell them what your first name sounded like?
Well, so I've been very lucky with the interviews yesterday and today so far. Everyone's got Chaz. However, other places I get Chase a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, somebody's got to break the streak. So that makes this the most memorable now.
There you go. Just go ahead and chalk it up.
If that's the worst thing that happens today, we're golden.
Man, I'm telling you what, it's a whole lot better than all that ice everybody got.
Oh, I know. I'm in Biloxi right now, visiting some in-laws, and we're doing the Mardi Gras thing. I'm bringing my wife to Mardi Gras this is her third or fourth Mardi Gras. But we came up from Clearwater, Florida. It's a lot warmer down there, but we still had a pretty dang bad cold spell when everybody else got the snow and ice. There were people in Florida. Our blood's a lot thinner. We get cold easy. 60 degrees. We're in like winter coats, snow boots. It's cold here, man.
Well, I mean, we had several people that we know down in Florida, and one of them called and said, "I can't take this. It's 20 degrees this morning." And I'm like, that's April to me.
Right. I know. And, years ago, when we were doing a lot of touring in the Dakotas and Wyoming, Montana, and all that, I'm telling you, my booking agent, I asked him, I was like, do you ever watch the Weather Channel? I was like, he says, well, yeah, why? I said, well, I'm driving through Jamestown right now. I hit black ice at 70 miles an hour. At the time, I was traveling in a van and trailer. I said, we were perpendicular to the road. I saw the median out my windshield going down the highway. And he goes, oh, man, I didn't know that. I was like, look, man, I would love to come back up here and play in the summer and the spring. But the next time I'm out here, we're either flying or we're postponing it to the next year. I was like, this is dangerous, man. This is not safe.
Oh, yeah.
-45 with the wind chill.
I've been through there. I've been through Wyoming, Utah, all that. And during the winter months, man, it's totally unpredictable because you blink and the next thing you know, there's 20 inches of snow.
Yeah, especially going through the mountains. When we used to play in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, a place called $1 Million Cowboy, we'd stay in Idaho and you have to go across the Teton Mountain Pass every day every night. And you'd be going across, everything's fine. You come back across 4 or 5 hours later, snow and ice on the ground. I was like, what happened? I was like, this was fall weather, and all of a sudden, snow.
Yeah, I was heading across. I was up in Cheyenne, and when I first hit Wyoming, it just barely started snowing. And by the time I got to Cheyenne, there was already 10 inches of snow. We shut down, and Dude, I ain't lying. In 24 hours, there was over 23 inches of snow. Nobody was moving anywhere.
Wow.
It was crazy. We were snowed in for 3 days.
That is insane.
It was crazy.
Whew. Man.
But
It's
that's
still
Mother
not as
Nature.
bad as this 2,000-mile wide storm. Jeez. I mean, that was wow.
Yeah, we were out of power for 6 days.
Wow.
And
And
I was in a hotel room, took the computer because the hotel still had internet and power. I was never so happy to feel heat, and I was sitting there editing. I was uploading some shows and doing this and doing that. And it was wild. And we were,
that's why I moved to Florida. I don't want to deal with winter anymore. I don't mind seeing snow as long as it's on my TV.
Oh yeah. Well, it's I hear St. Augustine is very nice today. So
right. Yep. Any far north than that, you're going to be pretty cold, I think.
Oh yeah. So I'm curious.
Yeah.
Because I was listening to a bunch of your stuff, and probably about 2 or 3 months ago, I was looking at some stuff, and I ran across that song, "No Place I'd Rather Be."
Yeah.
And then I got to watching the video. I found the video on YouTube, and I was just like, dude, that was such a good video, man. The quality was like top notch.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And of course, I had a couple of people ask me, I wonder if they paid to have that eagle flying in the background or not. Or I said, no, you can actually catch an eagle flying every now and then. It just depends on what part of the country you're in.
Yeah. Believe it or not, so that video, all of the videos, all the music videos we've put out, with the exception of Try It On, which Try It On came out in 2015. But every music video after that was done by one guy. It's one guy, one camera. Every now and then he'll bring a helper with him, but he is just, as you can tell, that looks like something that was shot definitely more than just one guy with one camera. And his name is Thomas Crane. Kill Devil Films is the name of his production company there. And they did a lot of stuff for like Saliva, Queensryche. Like they're more on the goth, rock, heavy metal, stuff. And he's like, I just went to him, I'm like, you want to try country? He goes, well, I've worked with one country artist before. You watch all those videos, there's blood splatter everywhere. And just, I mean, it's just it's nothing like demonic. It's just very gothic,
Right.
Very like vampire-ish kind of stuff like that. And so he's like, yeah, let's give it a shot, and he's nailed every single video I've been in. I'm like, dude, you have tapped into something you haven't even attempted to try. And not to take anything away from the gentleman that did Try It On for me, our very first music video, man, he's just blown everything out the water that we've ever attempted to try to film. And it's just phenomenal. And that eagle, I want to say that eagle shot was something he caught years ago and just had it in his stock footage in case he ever needed it. And,
well, it worked.
Yeah, pretty awesome, man.
I mean, it was because it was one of the guys at work. I was showing him, and he was like, dude, where'd they do that at Hollywood or something? And I'm like, no. And he's like, but the quality, that's like Hollywood style type video. And I was just like, yeah, we can do that in the real world too. Yeah. I mean, it just, it blew me away. But I love the whole thing of it. I mean, everything about that video sums up that song perfectly. And that's what I really, really like, because I'm sure you've seen music videos and you're like, what in the hell does this have to do with the song?
Yeah. Yep. I have seen a lot of those actually. And I think people actually do it on purpose a lot of times, because it's kind of like one of those, it's a talking piece. They're thinking, hey, if we do something just kind of out the box a little bit, people might talk about it. That'd be the only reason I could think of that. But I did catch a little flack um, from a few folks, a few fans. Uh, my publicist even told me. So Jeremy, he even told me, he goes, Chaz, he goes, it, don't use any stock. Next time, don't use just a bunch of stock footage that you guys have. And what he didn't probably understand was this video, even though I'm the artist, it's my song. It's a song I co-wrote, which you actually may know, Byron Hill.
Yeah.
He's a Hall of Famer songwriter there. Byron and I wrote that with a friend of mine, ex-guitar player of mine when I was in Nashville, CJ Dumasson. But we wrote that song. And when I heard the song in my head, or I should say when I saw the video in my head, listening to the song, it was not about me. It's not about me at all. Yes, I'm saying no place I'd rather be.
Right.
But it wasn't about me. All the videos focus on me, and I wanted this to be about the U.S., the U.S. of A., the place we live, the greatest country in the world, the freest country in the world. This is about family. This is about our armed forces, our military. Like, I didn't want any focus on me, because I was telling a story, and it was about everyone else except me. It was the reason I want to be here. And so I did not want to do a cameo in it. I didn't want any part of me in it. I wanted all of the focus to be on what was way more important than an artist. And it's what you saw: Statue of Liberty, the Flying Eagle, everything that represents this country and what it should be. That's what it was about, and that's what I wanted to focus on. And I think it hit home, man. We were at number one on Taste the Country for 2 weeks with that music video.
That is awesome, because I was just like, I was blown away when I watched it, because I mean, I was just like, damn, it's got and even my girlfriend said, it's got everything. Everything goes with this song, and it's all right here. Everything. And I said, well, if that was his intention, then he totally knocked it out of the park.
I appreciate that.
I loved it.
I appreciate that. And this is a side note real quick, just out of the blue, but I noticed that that my video is horizontal. Is that cool? Is that going to be all right?
Oh, no, you're good.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah. Because, sometimes we do what we got to do and everything works.
All right. I was going to say it's live. You just got to throw it out there. I want to make sure we take care of you guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, yeah. So I want to talk about, because Slam Bam, when did you release that?
Let's see. That was in November. I can't remember the exact date. It was the latter part of November we released it. It's been a minute, because we kind of skipped December, because it's very Christmas songs, all about Christmas songs. I didn't want any song to be buried by Christmas songs. So we took kind of December off from releasing anything. But yeah, latter part of November. And if I remember correctly, I believe we did the music video only like a week after we released it. Have you had a chance to see the video yet?
No, I haven't had a chance to see the video. I'm going to do
check that one out. That's another one of Thomas Crane's masterpieces, as I would call it. It's unbelievable the talent that man has. It is just unbelievable that you don't have a 3-person, 3-camera shoot. This is all one camera, and it's a camera that fits his cell phone on it. It's insane, mind blowing.
It's amazing with all the modern technology what all you can actually do today.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it would have been one of those big on a stand
Yeah.
with the
The
big two
1-ton camera
film,
from the new studio.
yeah, with like the two film cans together, and it was just crazy how all that did.
Oh yeah.
It was
But
nuts.
but yeah, Slam Bam. I it was the first, how would you say, party song we put out there, and I think the timing was perfect. Um, I think with everyone's focus on like we were talking about social media and all of this stuff that people put a lot of their energy on. What I was trying to do was distract everyone and remind everyone that, hey, life's about having a good time. It's about putting smiles on people's faces. It's about living in the moment. Don't worry about tomorrow. Don't worry about what was behind you. We're living in this moment right now. Make the best of it and have a good time. That's what
Yeah.
life's all about, having a good time. We're not here to be stressed. We're not here to worry about stuff. We're here to have a good time and enjoy life. And that's what that song is all about, living in the moment.
Well, I mean, I listened to several of your stuff, and I was just like, and I might be wrong when I say this, but what I felt just from listening to your music, you were more about having a good time, having fun with your life. And it put me in the mind of going four wheeling, bonfires, breaking out an acoustic guitar and singing around with your friends, and just that's what I got to feel out of all of your music that I listen to.
And that's what it's all about, man. Family, friends, and if you have that special someone, that significant other, that's all that really matters. Half the stuff we worry about is stuff we can't change anyway, and stuff that really doesn't even affect us.
Yeah.
In the long scheme of things. And you know, one of the thoughts I had when I wanted to cut that song, or when I decided to cut that song, was I had some really good friends from when I was in Nashville. I was in Nashville 17 years before I moved to Florida. I was in 2020, right around at the peak of COVID. I moved to Florida,
Yeah.
and they had this couple that they were in their late 60s, and they were good friends of mine, and they were talking about all these plans and these dreams of what they were going to do when they retire, and then it finally happened. They retired and they bought an RV and they're going to travel the world. And she got sick and she was gone in a year before they even left in that RV.
Man.
And I'm sitting here going, no. It's one of the reasons I moved from Nashville to Florida, because a lot of people ask me, you're doing country music. What are you doing? I'm like, well, I went there. I built my career to where it can sustain itself without me having to live there. And I literally told my wife, I was like, when that happened, I realized I'm not going to wait, because those people probably could have started earlier, but they were planning and planning. And where that's a planning thing is great. Like I said, you have no guarantee to tomorrow. So what's the old saying? Don't put off tomorrow what you can do today.
Yeah.
Live for now. So that's when I told Dot's my wife. I said, let's buy a bus and move to Florida. So we literally live on our tour bus in Florida. And when we want to go, we go. And I was like, like I said, I'm doing these interviews these 3 days in Biloxi, Mississippi, at my in-laws' house instead of in the bus at home. That'd be kind of hard, we wouldn't get as much privacy. There's not really a lot of rooms. It's just like a
Yeah.
shotgun. It's 42-foot bus. It's either the front or the back, and you can't help noises. So, but anyway, yeah, I was like, if we want to do something, even if it, as you say, kind of gets rid of your nest egg that you have for emergencies, your cash nest egg, your little savings or whatever, let's go do it. She's like, I wanted to see Glacier Park. Well, we're going in August.
Yep.
Could I stay home and try to book some shows? Sure. Do I still want to live? Yes. So I'm finding that balance. And it just really woke me up when I saw that couple. I was like, I don't want to be them. I don't want to do that. I feel so bad for them because everything they planned in one moment, gone. Everything
Yeah.
that they planned for their entire life. And that scared the heck out of me.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. Anything can freaking happen, dude, and that's why I try to tell people, have fun. It's your life. Work, make your money, but make time to have fun. Go to the places that you want to go to. If a guy comes home from work, grabs a shower and says, honey, I want to take you out, don't argue about it. Don't, just go, man. Have fun.
Yeah. And that's it. And, so many people, they just don't, as they say, stop to smell the roses. It's like, don't put it off, because you can't say, well, we can always go next year. Maybe. Can you guarantee that? No. So what are you doing? Go live, man. That's another thing. People have asked me. Oh, I'm sure I can talk about this, but I've had people ask me in the music business. They're like, "How'd you never get tied up in all the drugs and the drinking and the women?" And I said, I don't need enhancements, man. I'm happy. I'm high on life, and it's because I chose, like you said, to live. I do things to make me look forward to, make me look forward to tomorrow. But even in the moment, I do things that make me happy now. I don't need I don't need anything to enhance it. Everything else is a bonus.
Yeah.
That comes with that, and that's just how I look at life. I wish I'd have looked at it like that when I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
My team, family, stuff like that. I'm gonna shut this door.
Back when I was younger, I wished I'd took a very serious look at some things. I'd have changed a lot.
Oh, of course, we all do that. I had to shut the door because my cat. I don't know how my cat opened the door. The doorknob was shut. I have no idea unless she pushed it hard enough. She's 19 years old. She's very much likes to have all the attention. And apparently I'm in here talking and she thinks I'm in here talking to someone and she has to be in the middle of it.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know if you heard her earlier. She just opened the door and came in right here by my feet. And I'm like, what are you doing? Jesus. 19 years old and that cat acts like a dog. It's unbelievable.
My daughter has got a black cat. And it was the weirdest thing. It was the first time I actually ever seen a cat bring a toy to me and want me to throw it. And as soon as I throwed it, she would chase it down, play with it for just a second, but then she'd bring it right back to me. And I'm like, this cat knows fetch. What the heck?
Hey. They're like that, man. This one's like a dog. It literally is. She wants to be picked up. I could be in there cooking. I could be in there, fixing my coffee, and she'll come up and yell at me, just right there. Just look up and yell. I will pick her up, set her on my shoulder, and let go. And she'll just sit. She'll just hang like just hunched over. And I'm walking around, and she's just checking everything out. She just hangs there. I don't even have to hold her. And she's part ragdoll. We're pretty sure she's part ragdoll and Mancoon. So she's a big cat, but she's just like a dog. I mean, it's just like, I thought cats were independent and we're like, you can play with me when I'm ready for you to, and I'll let you know when that is, but not this one. This one all the time. So I didn't know if you heard the cat earlier. So I was like, she just somehow opened this door, and I'm very confused on that. When we're done, I'm going to go check this out and figure out how that even could happen, because I purposely shut the door. Well,
I'm guessing the cat is Daddy's girl.
She is, man. She is. My wife had her before her and I met. She said she's 19. She's had her since she was a kitten, and now, she's a daddy's girl. She loves her, but boy, If I'm not in the mix, if I'm not playing a show and my wife doesn't go to that show,
Yep.
that cat is by the front door until I get back. She might go and get some food and water, but she'll come back and sit right by that door, waiting for me to come back in, just like a dog. It's unbelievable.
It's funny
I've never
how
seen cats like that.
it's funny how animals do that. I mean, it's just they pick their person, man.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. They will pick their person and they will hang out with them and do whatever. And you can just pick them up. You can do whatever you want to with them. As long as they're there.
They're just happy to be there.
You're just happy. But then it goes with the happy thing. You got to be happy.
That's it, man. See, if we could be more like, this is true story. If we could be more like the dogs and the cats, I mean, think about that. If humans could be like, you see your mother, you see your brother, you see your sister, you see your significant other, and you're like, oh, I missed you. Well,
Yeah.
I was just here like 2 hours ago. Yeah, but I missed you.
Yeah.
Because that's how animals are, man. They do live in the moment. And I tell people, I have told people that. I'm like, literally be like a dog. They're excited. Yeah. Everything is great. Everything's awesome all the time.
Yeah.
Do the best you can. Obviously, there's bad in life. I get it. You could have deaths in the family. You could get sick or not feel good. But man, try to put yourself in check as often as you can and go, you know what? I'm blessed. I woke up this morning. I got a family that loves me. I got a spouse that loves me. And you got a fur baby that loves you. That depends on you to improve the quality of their life. Like if everyone would look at that and stop going me. If you looked at, what's wrong? I had to wake up early today. Oh, I had to go to work today. No, I didn't feel like it. Look at things around you that have way less than you, and they're happy. And the reason they're happy is they take a moment to think about what they have in their life.
That's something else that I got to give you kudos on, because when you're on stage, it's like you're just happy to be there and you want everybody to join in, and you got the screens behind you and all kinds of stuff, and you're trying to enhance that whole show just for people to live in that moment, just to have that fun.
That is it. And, I said this earlier, I think I had an earlier interview about 8:30 this morning. I'm surprised my brain was working at that time, but it was. Most musicians aren't going to like 10 or 11 at least. Yeah. But one of the things that stuck with me, I've mentioned this maybe once or twice over the last, 10 or 12 interviews I've done. But one of the biggest thing that Garth Brooks said, and I want to say he repeated it again in his documentary. Anybody ever seen that? But it stuck with me as an entertainer was, you have some artists out there and they come out and they're like, here I am. Look at me. Look at what I'm wearing. I'm all flashy and, look at me. And I was like, no. Garth was 100% right when he said, when you go out on stage, it is not here I am. It's there you are. And I remembered that ever since I heard him say that. There's a live show I first saw on YouTube and he said that, and it just, boom. I mean, that connected. I'm getting goosebumps actually. Connected with me right there. And I was like, that's what it's really about. I think what's carried me so far in my career isn't because I'm the best singer out there. I consider myself one of the top performers in Nashville. And I think I don't think it's me. It's because I have the God-given talent to connect with people because I make it about them. They are the show. Like you said, I have the things to enhance it, whether it's wearing the cowboy hat or wearing a shirt that's got some nice stones in it, that's kind of flashy a little bit maybe, and nice pair of jeans and some nice boots. I mean, these are all enhancements. But that's adding to what the show is, which is the people. It's including them. When they feel like they're part of the show, it's so much bigger than anything you can do personally on your own. As far as appearance or what lights and screens you have, that's great. But when
Oh
you
yeah.
add all of those enhancements and you include those people in that show, and they feel like I'm part of the performance.
Yeah.
Like that is the key. That's why Garth has done so well. That's why he's one of the biggest legends in country music, because he did exactly that.
Oh yeah. And that's because I remember back in my heyday, if you had a friend or two, I guarantee damn well to you, one of them had a Hank Williams Jr. tattoo. Because Hank Williams Jr. did that in his shows, but I don't think he got as much credit as much as Garth did, but Garth took it to that next level.
Big time.
It's like Scotty Hastings, he was on the show, he was telling me, and he was just like, Garth actually showed everybody what country music should and could be.
Yep.
And that was nationwide, dude. I mean, it was amazing, the influence and the things that Garth was able to accomplish.
Yep. And I use that a lot in my show. Like I said, is you get people to sing along. You let them feel what you're singing to the point that they want to join in. And
right.
If you've got a crowd that's joining in, naturally you got them in the palm of your hand, and that's a great thing, because if they're in the palm of your hand, they're forgetting everything that could or might be wrong in their life, whether they don't like their job, whether they got in a fight with their spouse that day, whether they were feeling bad, got hurt somehow, or broke up, whatever it is. I have had that happen at so many shows. And my wife has been standing there before at the merch table. She usually helps me sell merch, as you were talking about earlier. And people will come up to me and just go, I've had the best time tonight. And I'm like, and I look straight at my wife and I go, that's why I do this. Because she's seen the ups and downs. None of the major stuff I went through before her, trying to get to where I'm at. I'm reaping a lot of the benefits now, but there's still some hardships. And she's like, I don't understand why you're willing to abuse yourself to go through this music business thing. And I said, for that right there, that is why I do it. And that's, again, that's a reference from Garth. I totally understand it.
Oh yeah. And that's something I've really been getting into a lot with a lot of the independent artists that are out there right now, how they've kind of changed the tables a little bit, because now they're doing the VIPs. You can catch them hanging out at the merch table. They'll sign stuff. They'll, photographs, and just have conversations with people. And I'm loving every minute of the whole new country era.
Yep. And it is. It's all about personal connection. You can have the best song in the world and the best video in the world, but if people don't relate to you, you're going to be at best you're going to be a flash in the pan. Yeah. Because people want that genuine connection. And I think back in the day, way before maybe internet glitz, glamour, and all that, you showed this big old mansion you lived in, and people are like, oh, I want to be there. And you're driving this brand new, Lamborghini, and they're like, man, I just want to see inside their world. And now it has changed, because you can throw all that glitz and glamour out there, and people look at it and go, yeah, and because that don't mean anything. It's that genuine connection, which like you're saying, that's happened a lot more now. With a lot of the artists.
I love it. I love the whole thing.
And you know, that's country music in a nutshell right there. You know, that's kind of what it was founded on, I think, was that genuine connection. You know, when you look back, you can look at, you know, Johnny Cash, Merle Haggard, Waylon Jennings. They weren't the best singers in the world. Um, some of those were really good entertainers. Some of those weren't as good as the others. Johnny Cash was a hell of an entertainer. You know, Merle Haggard kind of just sang his songs.
Yeah.
However, that personal connection, it was real, it was genuine. And that's what
Yeah.
country music's about. And like you said, I'm glad to see it start to come back to that.
Yeah.
Because
I'm loving
that's
every minute
what
of
it's
it.
about. It ain't about your possessions and all. It's, can you make me feel something?
Yep. Because
You
it's,
know?
I had several people tell me, you know, what are you going to do if you make it one day? And I said, well, I don't know. I guess live a bigger life, maybe, you know. Well, you ain't saving money for your kids or this or anything else. And I'm like, ain't living in a minute if I do that.
That's true. That's true.
Because when I die, they're just going to get what? A bunch of money or something?
Yeah. Yeah. And
Then,
it'll mean something to them in the moment, but you know, you you see people that we've lost, celebrities that we've lost,
yeah,
that's taken themselves out, and you sit there and go, they're multimillionaires. Yeah, but that's not enough.
no,
You know, that's in the moment going to make you happy. That's not going to give you long lasting happiness. It's just not. It's the real things. It's that
exactly.
human connection. You know.
You got to have it. Well, brother, we're going to have to get off here, or me and you been sitting here talking for about 2 hours. So
We're having too much fun, man. Well, tell you what. Let me give a quick shout out if I can, for the folks to know how to connect with me.
yep,
Chaz,
tell everybody.
ChazCollins.com, CHAS Collins.com. They can jump on there. Please jump on my email list. That keeps you in tune. We'll email you only for big things, song releases, video releases. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok is all Chaz Collins Music. And that's the best way to connect with me. I do answer all of my own messages. If there's any venues that are listening, we're going to get back to doing some national touring. So we would like to come back to some of the states that we've played. You know, we've played over 3,500 shows now. I think Google hasn't even updated yet. 3,500 shows since 2004 and 43 states. And I'd like to go back and hit every single one of those states again. I got a good 20, 25 years that I think I can, from a health standpoint, still tour. And I love to do it. I love to do it.
Yeah, because when you come to Nashville, I want to know, because I would definitely want to come out, hang out, and I want to see the show live.
Sure.
I'm getting the word. Because
do you ever get down to Florida at all?
Every now and then.
All right. Oh, we'll connect on that, because when you're down in Florida, that's a lot of our shows are booked there. The last few years, we've been traveling all over the state. We're still jumping out of town and doing some stuff here and there. We're playing a lot of the bigger festivals and venues and stuff in Florida right now. And yeah, if you're ever down there, I'd love to have you come be our guest at a show.
Yeah. And St. Augustine, they've actually got 2 really good sized venues down there. So,
Yep. But funny you say that. I'm talking. Yeah, they have a. No, I need to make it quick, but they have a courtyard. I forget what it's called, but it's a courtyard that they have shows at. And then right now, I'm talking to someone about the Blue Crab Festival, which is only about 15 minutes from there. And I'm actually talking to them for this year about doing that. They messaged me and asked me if I would headline it this year, and I said I would love to. And so, still in negotiation. Obviously, you know, we got to make sure the budgets line up to do it right.
it'd be fun.
Yep, it would be, absolutely.
All right, Chaz, I appreciate you being on, brother.
Thank you so much. I've enjoyed it, man. One of the funnest, most fun interviews I've had over the last couple of days. So thank you.
Well, like I said, when you get to Nashville, feel free, stop by the studio. We'll hang out and shoot shit for a while.
Well, absolutely. I'm all over that. We'll definitely do it. Sounds good, bud.
All right, brother. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. So y'all go check out Chaz Collins. He gave you all of his places. I believe all of them was just under his name, Chaz Collins, CHASCOLLINS. And he's got a heck of a daggum show, and go check out his YouTube and everything. Subscribe to his YouTube. He's got a lot of really good stuff on there. And I think a lot of people will actually really, really enjoy it. So, all right, we're going to get out of here. Remember, like, share. I believe it's right there somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Like, share, follow, and subscribe. It helps us all, whether it's me, these artists that you like, all that other good stuff. Because if you get their numbers up, these are what these people are looking at, so they can take and book them into your town. It helps us all, folks. And don't forget to go to their websites, go up to the very top. You'll see merch or store or something like that. Get you a t-shirt, get you whatever they have to offer. Help support these independent artists because it just helps. It really does. So we're out of here. Love you. Mean it. Bye.